This video is brought to you by Ridge Wallet, a slim front pocket wallet available in carbon fiber and titanium. With more than 250,000 sold, a lifetime guarantee and free shipping, get 10% off with the code GOLDFISH at ridgewallet.com. Hello everyone, it's Seth, probably better known as Saffron Olive, and it's time for another Instant Deck Tech. So I hear you wondering, it's Friday, where's Brewer's Minute? Well, Brewer's Minute is undergoing a bit of a reworking, trying to figure out some stuff with it. So right now, I think it's going to be every other week with a deck tech filling in this week, maybe some other special things filling in the off weeks as well. But for this week, we are wrapping up our Dominaria week of Instant Deck Techs with another sweet standard deck featuring one of the coolest tribes from the set. We are talking Knights. Yes, that's right. White Black Knights actually having success in Dominaria Standard. 5-0'd a competitive league in the hands of Haven Track. So congrats to Haven Track on a really sweet, super cool tribal deck. A quick reminder before we break down White Black Knights for Dominaria Standard. If you enjoy this deck and you want to see it made into videos, take a minute, click the like button, the subscribe button, leave a comment, anything you can do to support your deck, because whichever deck is most popular gets a shot at being made into videos next week. So White Black Knights kind of got to just go up the curve, kind of understand what we're trying to do with this deck. So starting in the 1-drop slot, we have Dauntless Bodyguard. Human Knight, it's a 2-1, so is Savannah Lions. Also has some upside. If we cast it in the late game when we have other creatures out, we get to choose a creature that enters the battlefield, and then we can sack our Dauntless Bodyguard to protect that creature, give it indestructible until end of turn. So this kind of solves one of the big problems with Savannah Lions type cards, that they're pretty good on turn 1 when a 2-1 beating down is nice for an aggro deck, but they're usually pretty underpowered on turn 5 or turn 7 when the game goes long because your opponent's playing Scarab Gods and Hazarats and your 2-1 just isn't getting the job done. But Dauntless Bodyguard, when it's normally bad in the late game, at least it's a protection spell for one of our bigger and better creatures. So a great way to start our curve. In our 2-drop slot, we have Knight of Grace and Knight of Malice charging at each other in the artwork. I never realized that. Kind of like a weird mirror image type thing. So these are callbacks to White Knight and Black Knight. Both of them have first strike. Both of them are 2/2s. One of them has hexproof from black, the other one hexproof from white, and they get bigger as long as a player controls a permanent of the opposite color. Since we're playing White Black Knights, they should often be 3/2 first strike with hexproof from a color for just 2 mana, which is a surprisingly effective card. Very good at blocking, can attack through a lot of stuff, so really oddly powerful and works really well together since they're kind of pumping each other. Normally that +1 power wouldn't be that exciting, but when you combine it with first strike, that means it's taking down bigger creatures, stonewalling our opponent on defense. The hexproof from a color, like it's sort of relevant. It can't be targeted by black spells or abilities your opponent control, which means you can't just attack through black creatures or stonewall them forever on defense, but if your opponent's going to try to Vraska's Contempt or something, your Knight of Grace, they're going to be in for a hard time. Or if they're going to try to use a Seal Away on your Knight of Malice, it's not going to work. So very powerful 2-drops, one of the big reasons to play the Knight tribe. In the 3-drop slot, we don't technically have a Knight, but it's a card that makes multiple Knights. History of Benalia, kind of the foundation of this deck. Enters the battlefield, makes a 2/2 Knight with Vigilance. Next turn, another 2/2 Knight with Vigilance. Then on the turn after that, it pumps all of our Knights +2/+1 until end of turn. This card is very good because making 2 2/2s for 3 mana, it's already a fine deal. Vigilance, a nice upgrade. We have a relevant creature type in Knights, and then pumping everything is insane in this deck. Most decks playing History of Benalia aren't really taking full advantage of that pump. They're just pumping the Knight tokens themselves. In our deck, we're playing Knight of Malice and Knight of Grace and Dauntless Bodyguard, so we just have Knights everywhere, so the +2/+1 is a huge deal. Rounding out our Knight curve, on the top end, we have Ariel, Knight of Windgrace, the legendary Black-White Knight. And this one, it's a little slow, but I mean, it's fine. It's a 4-mana 4/4, so a fine body. It has Vigilance, which is nice. It can make Knights, so if it sits out on the battlefield and we don't have anything to do, we can just spend our mana making more and more Knight tokens by tapping it and paying 3. And then we can also tap it and tap a bunch of Knights to destroy creatures. So Ariel feels like the kind of card that if it just sits on the battlefield for several turns, it's probably going to take over the game all by by itself, and a 4/4 for 4 is not a horrible body on its own. So what this is kind of setting up is the Knight curve. If you think about this deck, let's say on turn 1 we play Dauntless Bodyguard, turn 2 we play Knight Eraser, Knight of Malice, turn 3 we History of Benalia, get a Knight, turn 4 we get another Knight token, play Ariel, turn 5, History of Benalia sacks, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Knights on the battlefield. A lot of them are pretty big. We're attacking for like 20 some damage from the +2/+1 pump. So that's kind of the nut Knight curve that we're trying to set up with this deck. Because we don't quite have enough Knights in Standard to be 100% Knights, we have a couple of other cards as well. So Scrap Heap Scrounger, obviously not a Knight, but a resilient threat, just keeps coming back from the graveyard again and again and again, gives us this kind of aggro draw where we can just play our Savannah Lions, play our Black Knights and White Knights and Scrap Heap Scroungers, and just kind of go jank white-black beatdown. And then at the top end of the curve, we got our Baneslayer Angel in Lyra Dawnbringer, and this card is proving to be one of the best cards from Dominaria. Baneslayer, still good, flying for a strike, lifelink, huge stats, hard to win a race against, shuts down the red decks, just a great top-end threat for basically any deck that can cast it. As far as the rest of our cards, Gideon and Aethersphere Harvester round out our 3-drop slot, which is one of the weaknesses of the Knight Tribe. We only have History of Benalia, so Gideon kind of protects us a little bit with the plus ability, can go beat downs, the emblem's good against certain decks. Aethersphere Harvester blocks Glorybringers and Rekindling Phoenixes, also gains us some life, beats down in the air. Our removal suite, really simple. 2 cast downs, 2 Thopter Rests, nice because it also hits artifacts like God Pharaoh's Gift, a couple of Vraska's Contempts to exile Planeswalkers and Scarab Gods and Hazarets. Mana base, we get a few deserts, we get a bunch of dual lands, some basic lands. As far as the sideboard, we get Sweepers and Settle the Wreckage and Golden Demise. We have a bunch more removal. Profane Procession is pretty sweet. It's really slow, but if the game goes long, we not only exile our opponent's stuff, but eventually we're going to steal those creatures. Doomfall gives us kind of a Duress or a Thoughtseize combined with an Edict. Forsake the Worldly for more artifact and enchantment removal. Argus Bloodfast to fight through grindy decks that kill all of our stuff. Just keep drawing cards, finding more action. Duress to deal with counter spells and removal. Dispossesses, I don't know, to get rid of an artifact. I'm not sure what that's targeting. I don't know what this person had been losing to that made them want to play Dispossesses. I guess if Aetherflux Reservoir comes back, God Pharaoh's Gift is probably the primary target, but kind of a fringe sideboard card, but very good in specific narrow matchups. And that is White-Black Knights for Dominaria Standard, and that's our Instant Deck for today. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will talk to you soon. Thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, help us out by clicking that like button down below. And to keep up on all the latest and greatest, click that subscribe button. And don't forget to hit that bell icon to get alerts whenever we have new videos. And if you want to, check out some of our other sweet videos here and here.